Hello Taurus, welcome back to my channel, Romani Fire. You can find me on Instagram at Romani_fire. I do daily readings there. Today we are doing your monthly reading for the month of June. We're going to do a general reading and then we're going to do a love reading. I have shuffled these cards to the death, so I'm going to get straight in there. Let's see what's happening for Taurus in the month of June. So I feel like for Taurus you're starting to slow down your pace a little bit. I feel like you kind of know what you want, but you're just going to take your time to actually go and get it. I feel that I feel like you have your eye on something. I'm not really sure what it is. It might be a person. It could be a new job, or it could be it's either I feel like it's either a person or it's like a new job. And you've been waiting patiently and you're going to take your time and you're not going to rush the situation, because you know that you know what you want and you're going to do what you need to get it, but you're going to do what you need to do the right way rather than rushing and possibly miss out on something. At the moment I feel like you're paying attention to all the things around you and you're being very vigilant and just watching, you know. I feel like you're just watching at the moment. You're just waiting to see what's happening. When it comes to your work life, career, finance, education and stuff, I feel like you're looking for something new. And I feel like the fact that the Knight of Wands is facing away from his career and his finances and stuff, I definitely feel like you want to move on from your current situation with work. I feel like the job, work, education that you have been doing has just been something that you were kind of forced into, or it's like you had to do something over nothing, right? So you just chose something just for the sake of it. And I feel like now you're ready to actually, I feel like you figured out what you want to actually do, and you're going to start making the right moves towards that career change. And there's no looking back this time. Like, I feel like you've had to go back and forth quite a lot. When it comes to your mental state, like your communications, your truth, I feel like you're just really not communicating very well at the moment. And I feel like that's a lot for a lot of the signs. I feel like in the last couple of messages alone that there's a lot of communication issues with people at the moment. And it's crazy because it's Gemini season. And Gemini is an air sign, and it's all about, you know, communication and thought process and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like for whatever reason, Taurus, you guys are just not... you're not feeling that communication vibe at the moment. It's like you'd rather just be quiet than speak, because every time you do speak up and you do speak out, it's like it's just a constant conflict. It's like you're not blending in well with people at the moment. You know, there's a lot of issues that haven't been solved, but it's almost like the Knight of Pentacles here is like you almost want to ignore it and you just want to keep looking forward and focusing forward. But the fact of the matter is, it's like it has to be dealt with. At some point you have to deal with what's going on. And I don't just feel like it's external. I feel like it's how you talk about yourself too. I feel like you're constantly battling with yourself. I feel like you battle between what your truth is and what you really want, sorry, and what people expect of you. And it's just causing this, it's like this mental battle. It's like you're just beating yourself up all the time. And it's like, is that serving you though? When are you gonna stop and realise that the way you talk to yourself is like how your reality is going to be. Like, if you're telling yourself you're worthless, all you're going to attract is worthless situations. You're just going to attract what you think and what you feel. So I would say for you guys, Taurus, it's time to really look at what is triggering you mentally, like what's going on with you mentally, because, you know, I think if you even like look at this stuff here, it's like no one's actually really fighting each other. It's almost like everyone is just, you know, they're just shouting. It's like shouting, but there's no sense to what's being said. It's just shouting for the sake of it. You know, you're just trying to shout each other down. No one's actually hurting each other. Well, you might hurt someone with your words, but there's no physical there's no physical fighting at the moment. It's all just through communication, through argument and stuff like that. And I feel like, again, I want to go back to you, and I feel like you need to stop it's like you're abusive to yourself. It's like you're telling yourself you're not good enough. It's like you're trying to push yourself into something that you're not. And it's time to stop that and start to really understand who you are at your core level. And whatever's happening around you, whatever these people think, or whatever these people are telling you for you to feel this way or think this way, it doesn't matter. That's just their bullshit. So you've got to let them deal with their stuff alone while you deal with your stuff. You know, there's got to be a point where someone's got to be the bigger person, and someone either has to say something and calm the situation, or you have to withdraw and just focus on yourself. And I think you need to do both, if I'm being honest. You need to say what you need to say, and then I feel like you need to take yourself away from the situation. When it comes to your form of action and where you're going and what you're meant to be doing, or not meant to be doing, or what you want to be doing, you have the Ten of Wands, and I feel like you've got so much on your shoulders at the moment that you just can't even take on anything else. And it's annoying because it's almost like your overall energy is, you know what you want now, but I feel like you've got all of these burdens that you need to kind of get rid of first before you can actually make this move. But there's hope, because if you look at the Ten of Wands, yeah, okay, it talks about burdens and it talks about carrying a lot, but then if you also look in the background, you know, you have your castle here and you have the village and stuff. So what you want isn't actually out of reach, it's actually right in front of you. But before you can get to that, you have to deal with or let go of these burdens that are holding you down. Because it's literally, if you look in the card, it's literally like the castle is literally right in front of you, and you're actually on the path to get into that castle, but you are still carrying all of this stuff. And is this stuff even yours to be carrying, first of all? Because you've got the wands up here in the mind and you're fighting, and then you're carrying all of this stuff. So is any of these, what burdens are actually yours and what actually belong to other people? It's time to stop taking on other people's bullshit and to focus on your own bullshit, because you've got some great stuff going on, like in your overall energy, and you've got something you've got your eye on. But until you figure out what it is that's triggering you and stopping you and holding you back, you're just going to keep, like, people will just keep adding stuff to the burden, and then you're just going to keep adding to your burdens, and then you're just going to keep talking to yourself like shit, and then people are going to start talking to you like shit. And at some point you have to kind of say to yourself, do you know what, fuck this, no. Like, I know what I want, I'm going to work towards what I want. People can take back their burdens. My dreams are literally, I can see them, they're literally right in front of me, but I just need to figure out what belongs to me and what doesn't, and what I need to do to get to where I need to be. When it comes to your emotions and it comes to your relationships, you have the Strength card. So this could be that emotionally you're trying to be strong, and I feel like this is connected to the Ten of Wands. I feel like you're trying to show people that you're strong, but I feel like, you know, mentally you're just not. I feel like at the moment you are really pulling yourself apart and ripping yourself a new one. And when it comes to the Strength card, you know, she has control over the lion. Like, she has her hands, she's literally shutting the lion up, she's stopping the lion from roaring. Like, she has control over the situation. And I think to a lot of people it looks like you're in control, especially with this guy here, right? Because he definitely looks like he's in control of his life. But I feel like on the inside you're screaming, and I feel like on the inside you're just carrying all this shit that you need to let go of. And with the Strength card, you know, you could be dealing with like a Leo, or it could be just that, when it comes to, I'm drawn to like the green down here, so I'm drawn to like your heart and stuff. So it could be that maybe your heart chakra is feeling really unbalanced, and you feel a lot of like heart palpitations, or like anxiety and stuff like that at the moment. And I think when you're kinder to yourself, like everything else around you starts to shift. I'm trying to think, there's something else that's coming to me and I'm trying to figure out what it is. I just want to look at this card quickly. Yeah, so I feel like you've got the infinity sign above her head here, and whenever I see that above the mind, it's like you've got to have that balance. You know, there's a balance when it comes to the infinity sign. It's like there's no stop. So if you're feeding yourself crap, then you're going to be crap. If you're feeding yourself goodness, you're gonna reap the benefits of the goodness, you know. So I definitely feel like for you guys, pay attention to the way you're talking to yourself, figure out what these burdens are. And you know, you're strong. You are very equipped to handle everything that is in front of you. Whether you feel like that or not is a totally different matter, and I understand that. But you are very capable, and I think emotionally you have to draw on that courage to speak up and speak out and say what it is that you need to say. And I think once you've said what you need to say, you can go back onto your own path and start looking again towards your future and where you want to be. But I feel like for the moment you're caught up more in your mind than you are your emotions, and you're trying to I feel like you're putting across like you've got your shit together, but you honestly haven't. And I think that you need to find that courage. I'm repeating myself now. So I feel like you need to find that courage to speak up and to talk about the things that are affecting you emotionally. And if that is a Leo, most of the time Leos, I feel I'm a Leo, so I understand that most Leos can be quite understanding. Like if you come at them in the right way, they can be very understanding. But if you come at them like this, like if you come at a fire sign with this kind of energy, then they're going to match that kind of energy. So just, you know, maybe come from the Knight of Pentacles and come with a more patient and peaceful kind of energy, rather than the fiery acting out of emotion kind of energy. So Taurus, I hope that resonated with you for your general reading. Let's have a look at your love reading and see what's going on for you guys there. Again, I have already shuffled these cards, so I'm going to go straight into the reading. So I feel like, sorry, my camera keeps overheating, so it just decided to do what it wanted to do just then. So I feel like when it comes to your relationships, if you're in a relationship, I feel like for you at the moment it's more important to be right than it is to be, you know, on even ground. I feel like you're just trying to get your point across and to kind of be like, well, I'm right, so I'm right, you're wrong. If you're dating, I feel like you have quite a few people that are interested in you, and I feel like some of those people were actually quite fed up with the fact that you've literally got all these people. You've literally got 2 people eating out your hand on this side. You've got one person that is literally in love with you here, and then you've got 2 people down here just waiting for you to figure out what you're doing, and then you have another 2 people here that are just like, fuck this dude, I'm over it, I'm moving on. So I feel like if you're dating, you have a lot of options at the moment, and you obviously look happy with that. But when are you going to start making the choices? It's Gemini season. So Gemini season is all about the lovers, and the lovers are all about making choices. So it's coming to a point now, yeah, it's great that you have all these people and you might look good and stuff like that, and it might feel good to be wanted and needed, but at some point you have to realise that you can't have all these people. And what you want to do is be honest and truthful and start letting people know what the deal is, because if you're waiting for other people to fall out, you'll end up with nobody. It's time to kind of like step step up and be honest about what it is that you actually want and what you're doing. So you could be dealing with a water sign. This could be a Pisces. And I feel like the Pisces energy, I feel like they're not willing to give up. I feel like this is them here. I feel like they're constantly like giving you another opportunity. But I feel like you are too busy looking and thinking about everybody else to even really notice what's going on here. It's like you're so focused on all of these other situations here or people here that you don't actually realise what's going on here. And I feel like the Pisces is constantly, I feel like I'm repeating myself, I feel like the Pisces is like constantly giving you like an opportunity, and you're constantly looking elsewhere. And if you're in a relationship, it could be that maybe you're having communication problems. And again, like I said in the beginning, it feels like you're more, what's more important for you at the moment is to be right. And it doesn't really matter about your partner at the moment. You just want to be right. And I feel like this Pisces energy, they kind of suck it up and just go, do you know what? Let's just work on what we need to work on. Let's just give this another go. It's pointless fighting. There's no point in fighting anymore. So let's just figure out what we need to figure out. And they're handing you this cup to say, let's just work on what we need to work on, and let's just stop doing this stupid stuff. It doesn't matter. If you're dating, I feel like you could have a few people going on here, and I feel like someone is really going to come in with a great offer for you, but I feel like you might miss it this time round because you're so focused on all of this stuff here, like the past or these 3 people that may show you interest, but there's no actual potential here. I think it's just a bit of fun. But then you have someone that actually wants to offer you a relationship, but you're not really mentally ready for that kind of relationship. Someone could actually, with the Pisces moon energy here, someone actually could come to you and reveal how they feel about you. So someone may come up to you and say, do you know what? I've liked you for a very long time. Can we actually try dating? Or maybe you're the one that goes up to someone and says, do you know what? I like you. Can we possibly date? Can I take you out sometime? If you're single and not looking to date or anything like that, then I feel like this is more like your energy here. I feel like you're focusing on the past too much and you're not really looking at the present. And I feel that you have a lot of stuff that needs healing. And I feel like you're not really being honest with yourself at the moment. And I think that the time is up. Like it's time to reveal to yourself the truth. It's time to be truthful and honest with yourself and accept the fact that maybe you are still caught up on an ex and you're not ready to date, or you don't really want a relationship. So Pisces, I hope that resonated with you on some level. Let me know in the comment section below, and I shall see you in July. Goodbye.